Very good. Okay, welcome everybody. This is the City Council meeting of March 28th for the City of Bonney Lake. Very first thing we all do is salute our flag. So if you could please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Mayor McCullough.
I'm here.
Deputy Mayor Carter.
Here.
Councilmember Baldwin. Councilmember Evans.
Here.
Councilmember Fullerton.
Here.
Councilmember McClymans.
Here.
Councilmember Swatman.
Present.
And Councilmember Watson.
Here. I believe Councilmember Baldwin's in Washington, D.C. right now.
Yep, that's correct. I'd like to make a motion to excuse her.
Second it.
Okay, all in favor of excusing Councilmember Baldwin from tonight's meeting, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, let the record show that Councilmember Baldwin has been excused by a unanimous vote. All right, there are no agenda modifications, and now we have a presentation from South Sound Outreach. I will now hand the floor over to financial coach Mary Ann Hill.
Good evening. My name is Mary Ann Laura Hill, and I'm from Sound Outreach. I'd like to start with passing out a few of our flyers so you can take a look while I'm sharing with you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am a social worker, recent MSW grad, and currently I'm serving as a financial coach for Sound Outreach. We're a nonprofit that serves King and Pierce County. And our services include financial coaching, employment coaching, which consists of resume building, helping families find employment, finding better jobs. Financial coaching piece is specifically designed to help families, identify goals, work on their budget, improve their credit, just establish a plan to live the best life that they could possibly live. And I have a, undergrad in business and a 20-year background with Bank of America. So I feel very comfortable serving the community with financial need. But ultimately, we're here for anyone who needs any type of service. We also offer support for our SHIBA program, which it guides, those that qualify for Medicaid, support in questions, signing up, how it works, any, needs so they're not utilizing or interacting with any predatory services for Medicaid, because they're out there everywhere. So elderly people, anyone who qualifies for Medicaid has a safe place to come to have any questions answered or help signing up. As well, we have a silver program, which supports any adult 55 and over, as well with financial coaching. Financial times are difficult for everyone, but seniors often have a need just as much as the working families to have support and guidance for how they could supplement income, what resources are available. And so Sound Outreach offers all of these services to anyone in the community in Pierce and King County for free. Our services are at no cost. I currently sit in Sumner Bonney Lake at the Center for Strong Families. There's portables there at the middle school. That's where I spend some days there, where families that just walk in that need services, whether it's diapers, food, clothing, I find a way to get them connected to whomever they need, whether even rental support, 211, whatever I can do, I will help. But primarily my function is a financial coach. So I just wanted to share that information with all of you. Hopefully we can get the word out about our program, especially because it doesn't cost anything. And, oftentimes people are, might struggle with having the conversation, having difficult conversations about struggles that they're having. But it's a safe space. And being a social worker, I tend to connect with people on such a human level that, I just want to expand that and let people know we're here. So I thank you for your time. And you have my business card, our flyer, and the working family tax credit flyer. We're trying to get the word out. So please share our information. Does anyone have any questions?
Or does anybody have any questions?
I have a comment.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Councilmember Porter.
I really appreciate your presentation, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the community. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you again.
Well, thank you, Ms. Ellie.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
And congratulations on your master's. I know how hard that is to get. All right. All right. We are now moving on. Next, we do have some appointments. Madam Clerk?
This is motion M2358. The council motion would be to ratify the reappointment of Planning Commissioners Jessica Benyon to position number 1 and Brad Dahl to position number 2, with terms expiring on April 6th of 2026, and to the Planning Commission position number, didn't we have a name?
Jeffrey Wilkinson?
Yeah, it's not on my
Wilkinson?
thing.
Yeah.
Wilkinson to Planning Commission position number 7 to the remainder of the current term and the term expiring on April 6, 2026.
So moved.
Is there a motion to ratify the appointments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I have a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, yes, Councilmember Watson.
Thank you. I would just like to thank all these people for their time, research, dedication to our city. It goes noticed to all of us. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the city that doesn't realize that, but I appreciate all you have done for the city and what you've done and what you will do in the future. Thank you.
And all three of you here, could you please stand? And I think congratulations are in order. You've been ratified unanimously. Thank you very much for your service. All righty. Seeing that there is no public hearing, we'll go on to citizen commentary. Okay, citizens, this is your time to address the council on city business. The city will now enable the video and microphone for those attending virtually. You'll need to turn on your video and your microphones on your end if you are wanting to be seen or heard. We will start with those who are here in person and move to virtual comments afterwards. All of you will have 5 minutes, and when you approach the dais, if you could please state your name and address for the record, please.
Council Mayor, I'm Dan Decker of 201 Street, East Bonney Lake, Washington. What is the Constitution of the United States of America? Some say it's just a piece of paper with no meaning. The important thing here is these words, just a piece of paper, came from our own government, elected officials, not you guys, that have taken an oath to uphold our Constitution. Here's a matter of employment, take an oath to uphold the Constitution. All elected government officials, all appointed government officials, and of course, as a matter of policy, all law enforcement officers. The above have sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution, yet don't even know, in most cases, what they're sworn to uphold. How many of the above know what the Constitution means? Very few. Wonder how many of those in this room know what the Ninth Amendment speaks on. The First Amendment to the Constitution is freedom of speech. What does that mean? It means we have a right to petition our government, choose what religion to worship or not, freedom of the press, freedom of people to gather for whatever lawful reason. The most important realm of the First Amendment is to speak out against tyranny by the government or any other grievances we might have to our government. What is tyranny? Tyranny is the cruel, unreasonable, or arbitrary use of power or control. Tyranny is also a nation under control by cruel, oppressive government. And I wanted to thank City Clerk for helping resolve the issues I had last time I spoke. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Decker. Is there anybody else for the good of the order who wishes to speak? Yes, sir. Come on up.
Gary Moore, 6014 195th Avenue East, Bonney Lake. What I'm here to discuss is some way of a stop sign put in from West Taps Highway to Church Lake Road. It's a very, very dangerous area. If I'm coming up West Taps to the stop sign, on the left is a hill, and there's a sign that says slow down, traffic coming across. Well, the other night I looked both ways, and then thank God I looked back to my left just before I pulled out, and a guy come flying through there, and he would have nailed me right in the driver's door. It's a very, very bad intersection. We need either a three-way stop or something there, because on the right, the gentleman that lives on that corner, the shrubs have grown way out, and the power pole sticks out too. So you almost have to be in that lane of traffic before you can see down if there's any cars coming, and especially if you're by yourself. If you got a passenger, then that helps. But it's a very bad, bad intersection. I'd like to see it addressed, and especially with that new park that we put in there. The traffic is just going to get atrocious along that road. And a lot of people come home from work on these back roads. They try to avoid 410 and freeways and so on. It's just making the city just, you hardly can get through at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So if that could be addressed, it'd sure be appreciated. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Moore. I can assure you that is an issue that we are well aware of, not only on the particular intersection you're speaking of, but all over the city right now. So we will be, or at least Mr. Johnstone will be looking into it. We're going to stay away from it. It's going to be his. And I am kidding, for the record. But anyway, okay, anybody else for the good of the order? Okay.
Wait, one.
Oh, yes.
Promise I won't speak too long. I'm Marilee Hill Anderson.
Oh, I doubt that, Ms.
Oh.
Anderson.
Mayor. Marilee Hill Anderson, Director of Community Engagement for Sumner Bonney Lake Schools. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm just here to cordially invite you, all of you, to attend the 28th Annual Community Summit, CFF Community Summit, on Tuesday, April 18th, down at Calvary Community Church. I want to thank you for your generous sponsorship alongside City of Sumner and the district. We're going to have a great time. Doors open at 4:30. Check in, get a free latte, keep awake, right, for the rest of the evening. And then we'll have breakout groups from 5 till 6. We'll have dinner, awards, and a great keynote presentation, and we'll close by about 8 or 8:15. We had to take 2 years off due to the pandemic, and we are just glad to be back in business. Also really want to thank members here that have participated in our youth forums recently. Tom Watson, Chief Jeter, Mayor Mike, you spent the entire day with us. Some of you have been coming, Deputy Mayor Carter, Tom again to our CFF meetings, and Brian, just really appreciate your support and your partnership. It means a great deal. And you all should have seen our 9th grade students line up to have their pictures taken with the mayor at the most recent Bonney Lake High School youth forum. You all would have been kind of rolling your eyes a little bit, but I think you enjoyed it. And they certainly enjoyed having you there, sirs. So thank you so much, and we appreciate your enthusiasm around the children's clothing drive. As of today, we're up to about 210 homeless students in the Sumner Bonney Lake School District. We've had some kids lose their home to fire. We've had a number of Ukrainian children come in and fleeing the war in Ukraine. So, these clothes, they're going to be put to good use and really quickly. Like, we're not sure we're going to be able to hang on to all of them to count them by the 18th. We may be giving them out, but We couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much. Really appreciate everybody's support.
Before you leave, you need to reaffirm with everybody about the sweats and socks competition, the Valley versus the Hill.
Well, that's
That
what
we
I
have.
was talking about with the clothes. Okay, now if you're timing me, he asked me the question. Okay, these are free minutes, right? Free minutes. I realize I don't know my readers on here. We are particularly in need of sweats and hoodies and underwear and socks and t-shirts and leggings for girls. Think about those clothes where if a child needs some clothes to make it through the day or to make it through tomorrow, that, if you're trying to get like a pair of jeans, 32 by 32, well, that has to fit very, exactly. But if we can get those kind of looser fitting clothes that the kids love right now, then they can accommodate a lot more sizes. And we are asking for them to be new. We're still, wanting to make sure with germs coming around, and stuff that we're not passing along anything to our kids. And our kids deserve some new things. Some of I just cannot get out of my mind. 2 young men I worked with came with 1 suitcase each from Ukraine, having lost their mom and dad. It's like, we're going to give our kids some new sweats. We're going to watch them wear that new Bonney Lake High School hoodie with pride or champion hoodie with pride. And again, thank you for helping us make that happen.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Mayor Kathy is already, she's got like a bin, I'm telling you.
Oh, I know. I'm
right.
sweating.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Pardon the pun.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Shirley.
All right. Is that everybody here for the good of the order? Because we will now start with those who are virtual. Anybody who wishes to speak virtually, you will have 5 minutes, and please state your name and address for the record. Okay, I believe everybody has spoken, so the city will now disable all video and microphone for those attending virtually. We have no correspondence, so next will be committee reports. Finance Committee, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Finance Committee did not have anything on the agenda, so the meeting was canceled. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, April 11th at 5 p.m. upstairs.
Oh, finally, Finance Committee report I can understand. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. All right, Community Development Committee, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Community Development did meet on March 21st, 5 p.m. Public is always invited upstairs on the second floor. Items of business include Resolution 3134, which is a standard contract we do each year for the Hydrovac LLC for the leak detection survey. That was moved with a due pass recommendation to the full council this evening. You see a map in front of you too that has we do portions of the system every year. So they go out there and they listen to the water system underground and try to identify leaks and save us money. It's always saves us money to spend a little bit for maintenance. Also, Resolution 3128, a professional services agreement with a SCADA system for some MTU upgrades, lift station upgrades. That one's pretty complex, the way the money was in that, and it was held in committee for a little while to get that all straightened out because procedurally the money was available, but practically the way the years go and everything, the budgetary years, they wasn't able to spend it in the last budget. So you're going to see, if you pass this, it's a budget amendment requirement because the money wasn't actually spent last year, right? So if you have questions about that, you can pull it off of the agenda and we can talk about it some more. But if not, it's move forward with the due pass on your consent agenda this evening. Also, Ordinance D2306, we're still working diligently on getting the MPDS permit requirements in place, all the new phase requirements that we need to do. Those will take a little while, but we're working towards completion and getting that as soon as we can done. Also, Allen York Park athletic field operations, that's, mainly for the new park, of course, over there. And I think we've mentioned, too, that there's very few public works people that are attributed to parks right now. There's probably a deficit in that area. I think management and the mayor's working on that kind of proposals there. It's kind of a work in progress with that new field because there's some specialized maintenance activities that need to go on. Not that we need to do them, but we have options about, whether in-house, out-of-house, or how we do that with the groups and all that kind of stuff, and how we rent that field out, and on and on and on. That'll be kind of a work in progress for a little while with that new field. Also approved our minutes, and those were our items of business that evening.
Thank you, Councilmember Swatman. We do indeed need an outhouse over at the park.
Yes, we do.
Okay, Public Safety Committee, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next public safety meeting will be on Tuesday, April 11th at 3:30 on the second floor.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Evans. Don't see any other reports, so we will move on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The record will reflect it's been a unanimous consent. And there is no committee or full council issues. There is no executive or closed session. What time is it? Oh, my goodness. Well, seeing no more business, we are now adjourned. Thank you very much.
Bye, Kelly.
Yeah, bye, Kelly.
Bye.
Hey,
Hi, Sherry.
Thank you. By the way, I love this. I've been